It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, every week we encourage you to go onto Andrea's Facebook page to ask any of your nutritional questions. And this week we have a very in-depth one that comes from Priyanti Govinda, who says, "Hi Andrea, I need some advice. Andrea, my 15-month-old son was recently hospitalized with gastric flu, severe dehydration, and once the vomiting stopped, he was then discharged, but the diarrhea continued for 2 days afterward. Then the vomiting started again, and I stopped all dairy, and I just gave him Rehydrate and rooibos tea." So it all goes on, and then she goes on to ask also about the milk that she's reintroduced into her little baby's life that has now resulted in the diarrhea again. So she's asking essentially, should she stop milk or try another brand? Please assist. What can she do to help her little boy?
Well, if you look at the whole story she described about the baby being hospitalized also, and diarrhea, etc., it's clear that the child's immune system is run down. So I'm going to give some tips about that. But firstly, in relation to a question about the milk for the baby, she has to consult the pediatrician or to go to a specialist baby care clinic and ask advice. So looking at the entire medical history of the child, etc., to get the proper medical advice in terms of which milk to give and when she can start with that again.
Yeah. So when you look at all these symptoms that she's described, what causes these symptoms?
Well, if you look at it, it's basically an infection. Sometimes it's a viral infection, sometimes it's a bacterial infection, but if you look at the gastric flu, that typically is a viral infection. So these things happen. I mean, children get sick, and sometimes you'll hear that there's a stomach flu in the area or something like that.
Okay.
So it means that a child whose immune system isn't strong is going to probably get infected and get symptoms of diarrhea, etc. So we need to look at what can she do to build up her child's resistance.
And especially at those early stages of life, you're trying to help your child enjoy the best of life by giving them a good immune system. So how do we boost it then? Well,
a recent study showed actually that zinc is really important, especially for toddlers and babies. They've shown that 1 out of 6 children are actually deficient in zinc.
Okay.
And zinc is a very important mineral that supports the functioning of your immune cells. You know, your white blood cells that actually are the body's fighting mechanism against infection. So if you don't have enough zinc in your body, the immune system can't do the job it's supposed to do properly.
All right, so what foods are we looking at in terms of trying to help increase the zinc that we take in?
So I've got 2 foods displayed here. The one is sunflower seeds, and the other one is tinned pilchards or sardines, actually. And both of those are excellent sources of zinc, and a challenge to get that into a child's diet. So the sunflower seeds can be mixed into cereal or porridge. If a child is 15 months old, they can probably handle that. For babies, they obviously can't eat sunflower seeds. So then you would also look at the tin sardines. Now, children tend to love fish cakes. So that's something very simple that you can make to try and boost your child's dietary intake of zinc.
Yeah, and perhaps also as a little bit of a snack. I've seen these sunflower seed come in a honey-coated form. So it's a nice little treat, you know, where obviously not too much of it because it contains a lot of sugar.
Right. I mean, if you present that to a 15-month-old child, they're not going to eat it. So you're quite right in looking at ways to introduce it into their diet that they'll actually enjoy.
Fantastic.
So it's very important.
And what about supplementation then?
You know, supplementation also plays a role there. We always have to look at diet first. But supplementation sometimes helps to fill those gaps, especially if your child's immune system is really run down. So the vital product I'd like to recommend that she gives to her child is the Vital Viral Boost. So this is in a syrup format, so it's convenient for babies and toddlers to take. It tastes delicious. It is sweet, but it's diabetic friendly, so it's low GI and all of that. And it contains a variety of ingredients, including zinc. So zinc is one of the many ingredients that you find in this product. You can see there at the bottom. And quite a nice dose of zinc. And why the zinc is in there is because it boosts the immune, or supports the immune function, basically.
Yes. And at the end of the day, obviously, by ensuring that the immune system is good and healthy, it results in a better overall health as well.
Yes. So in short, to answer a question, ask the pediatrician or the baby care clinic about the milk. And then, in the meantime, give the Vital Kids Viral Boost to build up the child's immune system.
Fantastic. Andrea, thank you very much. So there you have it, Priyanti. I hope that answered your question. Get some immune-boosting zinc, of course, to boost your child's immune system. And if you have any other questions related to health and nutrition, please, you are welcome to go on to Facebook and follow @AndreaDuplessis Vital Expert and ask all your questions there.
Trust Vital for your family's health.